been writing, she's been a garden writer on trends and plants and flowers for the past 20 years, and really just has stepped into this role really beautifully. And I know if you're like, I don't know about her, you know Cottage Farms, that's for sure. So they've been around a long time. But take a look at this next piece. This is the Geranium collection. It's a Shady Days Hardy Geranium collection. 4-piece there. M61293 is your item number. $21.72 is your price with a free shipping and handling and a 4 easy pay plan of $5.43. I was telling you earlier that my mom and dad always, every single summer, it's geraniums. And geraniums in pots and hanging plants. She has red geraniums.
Those are traditional annuals.
Okay.
So this is a hardy perennial geranium.
Wow.
My mom's the same way. She will take her geraniums and every pot, all red, same.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're friends. All the patio is covered with red geraniums. And so that's going to be a different plant. These are going to provide you with that color and that type of burst of flower power, but they're going to come back year after year.
How about that,
Yeah.
Mom? If you're watching, you don't have to do these as annuals. Let's go through the colors. What are you getting with these?
Yeah, so you've got your Johnson's blue. So this is the blue color down here, which has got a veining of red in it. So this is a really interesting, unique color.
Okay.
And then you've got your Wargrave pink. So it's also similar. It's got that veining inside the petal. Then you've got your Amy Doncaster, which is purple. We always talked about how much we love purple in the garden. And the Sanguinium, which is closer to a deeper pink, but it's almost going to be a red.
But the leaves are the same.
The leaves are similar,
they look very
yes,
similar.
very similar. So they're from the same family. But you know what we're talking about here is what the name, it says it in the name, Shady Days.
Okay.
And so if you have a shade garden, I know it's so hard. The front of my house is entirely shade.
Should I put these there?
I think these would work great.
I've been talking to Katie about, we have this spot, I've got 2 trees, so this whole garden area is just, the flower garden, it's all shade. But I've got a lot of pollinating plants out there, but I don't like them because they don't look very good, and there's a whole bunch of bare spots, but I want to keep the pollinators. But are these pollinators? No, probably.
Well, you know, they'll come and they'll visit them. Yes,
Okay.
they will visit these plants, but you can see here they're a great plant for under trees. So I think these would be perfect because they don't compete with the tree's roots.
Okay.
So these are going to be a plant that you can actually plant in the ground. Sometimes you want to put plants under a tree that, you know, you could put them that they might harm the tree roots. So these would be perfect under a tree or again in front of the house. So these would work great in that area. And yeah, pollinators will visit these, absolutely. So I think, and especially with these colors, this would be
that's
great.
awesome. I could use these.
Yeah.
Awesome, I love that.
And we also had some astilbe before. So when you're talking about planting more shade plants with these, an astilbe would be a taller, more of a long tubular flower. And so they would look great because these are going to have more of a rounded, compact habit. And they're going to grow relatively close to the ground. We call these geraniums problem solver plants just for that reason, because they'll fill in little holes where you, couldn't grow plants before because maybe it's too shady or because the soil conditions aren't so great.
It's rocky where I live.
Oh,
so
these
much
don't
rock.
care. These don't care.
No?
They will take that kind of soil.
What do I fertilize these with?
Well, these like our bud and flower booster.
Okay.
So this fertilizer that works great with lots of plants. So all you need to do is, especially in the first growing season, every 2 weeks, just put one of these in your watering can or in your hose sprayer and water it in. And after that, they'll really require very little care.
Yay.
Yeah.
And these, by the way, if you're just watching us, these are geraniums, but they're not the annual kind. These are actually perennials, so they'll come back to you every year after year after year. And they're hardy, is what Katie DeBow is telling me. M61293 is your item number. So if I have a covered porch, an outside covered porch, it's okay to if a pot there too?
Absolutely. These work great in containers. And that's why I love them, because they provide this absolutely full mound of color. And in the garden, when in the shade, it's hard to find color. And so they worked great in containers. They work great in the ground, under the eaves of houses, in front of the houses. My house, again, the whole front of it, my whole front garden is shade. So I'm always looking for plants that provide that color for me. So these are going to be it.
Awesome. And how do they come shipped?
Well, so don't be afraid. We've got a fibrous rooty plant here. So this is what your geranium looks like when it's shipped. Okay. And it's very easy to plant though. It's the same way you plant a daylily. You just dig a hole about twice as deep and wide as this is growing. Put it in, roots down, cover the whole thing.
Oh, cover it all.
Cover it all, and then it will produce. These are going to be your first season. So it will produce maybe not as many flowers here, but it will get as big as this in the first season.
Okay, so when do they start to bloom, and how long is the blooming season?
These are late spring, and it will bloom pretty much. They'll give you a big late spring show, and then it will bloom all throughout the summer.
Fantastic. So these, again, if you are somebody who has been going year after year and planting the geraniums, you get them from your garden store. Can I ask you to order these, because you're not going to have to do that? Yes, they look a little bit different. The flowers do, but these are going to come back year after year. So think about that investment that you're not having to spend year after year after year, because they are perennials. They are not annuals.
No, they
$21.72. 4 easy pay, $5.43, and this is the little growing guide here, right?
Yeah, so if you do wonder, if you're thinking, I can't remember how to plant that little root system that I got, don't worry. You will get this little growing guide with your shipment, and this will tell you all about how to care for them, how to grow them. It also has Cottage Farm's contact information on the back. In case you have any questions, you can call customer service, Facebook. You can go to my Facebook page. You can ask Nancy. She'll get a hold of me. Or
yes,
by then, she's going to be an expert gardener.
No, I won't be. don't fool yourself. I'm not going to fool myself. But I do love. I was out all spring and all summer long, just kind of getting the yard in order. That was my first thing that I wanted to do. And so this year is going to be much more fun for me, because I wanted to also see what was in the landscaping there, and some things are just absolutely beautiful, and some things maybe not so much.
I think it's important to give it, especially if you've moved into a new house, give it one growing season to see what's there, see what comes back healthy, and then you can also have that full year to plan. And so you see what areas of your yard are shady, what areas maybe are wet, what are dry, and then you can figure out what works best in which areas.
We have just about a minute, Carla, and I wanted to say hello to you. Carla, it's Nancy and Katie. How are you today?
Hi.
Hey, Carla.
Hi to both of you. Oh, I love these geraniums.
Oh, tell us why.
I ordered them last year for the first time, and we live on a property that's pretty shaded, woods all around us, so you don't get a lot of direct light. And I really wanted some color, and I planted these, and they're small when you get them, and I thought, oh, they probably won't get as large. I planted them in the ground. They exceeded my expectations. They literally stretched the entire front of the house, and the color is so vibrant. And I can't wait till spring when they come back. So I'm ordering 2 more sets of them. I love them.
Oh, I'm so excited. Do you have any?
And they're really, you don't have to worry about watering. They're really drought resistant. And they just, I don't know, our dirt is not particularly wonderful, but they just did incredible.
Oh, Carla, thank you so much for calling, because I know you're going to help someone else, maybe like me, pick these up and be able to have something so beautiful this year, and then year after year after year. So if you feel like you want to do this, Carla, I would love for you to take a picture when they get in full bloom there, and send the pictures out to us on our Facebook page, because we'd love to see them.
I absolutely will. Now, will you send me back so I can order 2 more sets, please?
Absolutely. Stay right where you are, and we'll get you back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Carla.
So Carla's right that these do tolerate some drought, which is nice, because we are experiencing lots of different kinds of climate conditions. And so once these are established, I should say, you do need to care for them that first year for sure, but they do tolerate those kind of conditions.
Great. 4 plants for you, and they're come as like the root, right?
Yes.
And this is on 4 easy payments of $5.43, and that, by the way, is on a special preseason price of $21.72. That will be going up soon, so please take advantage of that price. And still to